Hello everybody, Ryan here and welcome back to our series on searching and sorting algorithms. This is part 3, where we will dive into linear search, one of the simplest but fundamental algorithms for finding elements in a list. Let's get started. So what exactly is linear search? It is the simplest searching algorithm that is both useful and fundamental. It is a search algorithm that checks each element in a list sequentially one by one until it finds the target value or reaches the end of the list. If the target exists, it returns the index of that value. If not, it will return -1. And linear search doesn't need a sorted list unlike binary search. Let's take a look at the code for linear search. Firstly, there is a for loop that will iterate through the array. Then we will check if the current element of the array is the target. If it is, then we will return its index. Otherwise, we will keep on iterating until we reach the end of the array. If the element is not found, we will return -1. Now let's visualize how linear search works. Suppose we have the following list and our target is 10. The algorithm will start from the first element, 12, and check the value one by one. Once we reach 10, the algorithm stops, and it will return the index where 10 is located. Now let's talk about time complexity. In the worst case scenario, linear search has a time complexity of O of n, where n is the number of elements in the array. This happens when the target is either at the very end or doesn't exist in the list. In the best case scenario, when the target is the first element, the time complexity is O of 1. Lastly, linear search has a space complexity of O of 1. This is because we are only using a constant amount of extra memory regardless of the input size. In this case of linear search, we are not using any additional data structures like arrays or lists. We simply use a few variables, one to show the input array, one for the target, and one for the loop index. Okay, let's write the code for our linear search. Here will be our main method called search, which returns an integer value, which is the index. Here are the two parameters, the array and the target. First, there will be a for loop. Here's the index that is going to be used. We will iterate through the array until the end of the array. And index will be incremented after each iteration. Here is a condition that checks whether our current element is equal to the target or not. If it is, then we will return the index. Otherwise, we will return -1, indicating that the search was unsuccessful. Here will be our test array. Linear search doesn't require its arrays to be sorted unlike binary search. We can use or execute the linear search upon an array that is unsorted. For example, here is an unsorted array, and we will search for the element 2. As expected, we have found our element. Let's see what will happen if we try to find an element that doesn't exist in our test array. It gives us the -1. And that's linear search in a nutshell. If you found this explanation helpful, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for part 4, where we will explore more algorithms. Thanks for watching.